the riots on the 9th and the 10th, and I think it was the 8th and the 9th. You know the Iranian calendar is different, so I sometimes confuse dates. The Thursday night and the Friday night.
Yeah.
On the Thursday night, they killed a lot of police officers.
Yep.
And on Friday, the Ministry of Intelligence, the guards intelligence, and the police told parents not to let their kids on the streets. And then there were street battles between these terrorists and the armed rioters and the police, and after that it was quiet. So almost all of the 3,117 people were killed during those 2 days. 350 police officers, a lot of innocent bystanders, a lot of people were burned alive by these monsters. I mean, they're like ISIS. I mean, they just like those people abroad who threatened to tear me apart. This is what these people were like. And so they would burn, like they surrounded a clinic and they burnt it. And this young woman inside, who was a nurse, she burned alive. And they did that to mosques. I mean, it was just outrageous. But like in the West, they were all peaceful protesters. But the point that I want to make is that on Monday, the 12th, I think, uh, Friday the 9th, yeah, I think the 12th, that would be the 12th. Um, there were counter protests to protest against the riots. And in Tehran, we had something like 3 million people and huge numbers of people across the country because every city had its own thing. And in the West, they tried to pretend this was AI. And this was a working day. So people, so it was massive. And there was a helicopter footage. I was there, so I saw the helicopter. And Musk and his people and others were trying to pretend that this was AI. These are not real people. And so on the anniversary of the revolution, people came out in even bigger numbers. Like in Tehran, it was like 4 million people. And even though it was a holiday, and it was like I don't know, not sure. My memory's horrible. Like it was a 3-day holiday. So a lot of people want to, it's a good time to leave the town, the city, or whatever, or their own cities because it was, again, across the country. So people didn't come to Tehran to participate. Each city had its own thing. So the numbers were even larger, but this time around they had the opportunity to invite a number of people, like Rick Sanchez. I was in Russia at that time for that
Yeah.
conference, but Rick Sanchez was here and some others were here, and so they couldn't hide it. But the numbers were extraordinary.